Tasman Bhakti-Siddhan Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki jai. Ananda Koli Osnamal ki jai. Ramacharya Sridhar Thakur ki jai. Prem se karo Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivacharya Gaura Bhakti-Vrinda ki jai. Sri Radha Krishna Gaura Sam Radha Kuni ki jai. Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Navadip Dham ki jai. Ganga Mai ki jai. Ramai ki jai. Tulsi Devi ki jai. Bhakti Devi ki jai. Navadip Bhakti-Vrinda ki jai. All glories to Krishna. All glories to Krishna. All glories to Krishna. Thank you.
The following is a lecture given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on the 17th of December, 1975, in Bombay, India.
Sri Prabhupada Komarvacharit Prajna Dharman Bhagavataniha Durlavam Manusam Janma Tadapi Adsruvam Arthadam. This is the instruction of Prahlad Maharaj to his class friend. Prahlad Maharaj was born of Hiranyakashipu, great demon. He is described as demon because he was interested only in material comforts. Hiranya means gold, and very comfortable situation of material life. He was interested in that, and he wanted to teach his son about this economic development, but Prahlad Maharaj, when he was in the womb of his mother, there was fight between the demons and the demigods. So the demons, sometimes when there is fight, sometimes one party is victorious, sometimes the other party is victorious. So the demigods party became victorious, and they were harassing the demons like anything. So Hiranyakashipu's wife, she was pregnant, she was captured by Indra, the king of heaven, and she was being dragged to take her in the house of Indra. In the way Narad Muni met them, he chastised Indra. Narad Muni was Devarshi, Rishi amongst the demigods. So he said, why you are giving trouble to this woman? This is not good. So the demigods replied that this woman is pregnant and there is Hiranyakashipu's son. So we want to kill that son also because he is demon. So we are taking this woman to our place just to wait for the time of her delivering the child. At that time Narad Muni said, no, this child is not a demon child. This child who is within the womb of this woman, he is a great devotee. So don't try to kill him, neither you can kill him, that is not possible. So they are demigods, they accepted Narad Muni's proposal, So they offer respect to the woman, that here is within the womb of this woman a great devotee. So they circumambulated and offered respect to the wife of Hiranyakashipu, and they went on. So Narada Muni took the wife of Hiranyakashipu to his ashram. So, my dear girl, my dear daughter, you please come with me, remain with me till your husband comes back. So she agreed, and woman's natural propensity is to serve. So she was very nicely serving Narada Muni, and Narada Muni became very much pleased, and he instructed about transcendental knowledge, although to the wife of Hiranyakashipu, but still the Hiranyakashipu's son Prahlad Maharaj was within the home. He also heard the instruction, and he learned everything. Later on he will explain that my mother, on account of being woman, she has forgotten the instruction of Narada, but I heard it even from within the home. I remember it. So this Prahlad Maharaj is repeating the same instruction which he heard from Narada Muni when he was packed up within the home. So this is one of the instructions, that spiritual instruction does not depend on any material condition. In any position, one can understand spiritual instruction. Ahituki apratihata jena atma samprasidati sabhi pumsam karo dharma jato bhakti abhukhaji ahituki apratihata jena atma samprasidati. That is first class religion. Sabhi pumsam karo dharma. Karo means supreme. There are different types of religion, but the supreme religion is parodharma. That is jato bhakti abhukhaji. That religious system which instructs the followers how to become a perfect devotee of the Supreme Lord. That is first class religion. We are fighting in this material world. You are Hindu, I am Muslim, I am Sikh, I am Jain, I am this, I am that. But this is not parodharma. This is aparodharma. Paro and aparo. There are two qualities, just like material and spiritual. Material is called apara, and spiritual means para, as it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Aparayam bhumirapa nalo vayo khanamano buddhirivacham pridname prakriti astudha. These material elements, earth, water, fire, air, sky, mind, intelligence and false ego. These are 8 material elements, out of which 5 are gross, Humirapanalovalo, and 3 are very subtle. Just like everyone, I know you think with your mind, you know also I think with my mind, but mind is subtle. I cannot see your mind, neither you can see my mind, neither I can see my mind, or you can see your mind. This is subtle. And the finer than the mind is intelligence. And finer than intelligence is egoism or egotism. And finer than egotism is the soul. So our Krishna consciousness movement is little difficult for ordinary persons who are interested with the material, gross and subtle elements. For them it is little difficult. But Krishna says, aparayam, this is inferior. These energies, they are energies. Prakriti me asadha. Prakriti means energy. Just like Prakriti means woman, naturally a woman is under the control of the man. That is our Vedic system and natural system also. However, the woman may claim equal rights, they are under the control of the man. That is natural. So similarly, Prakriti means which is under the control of the Supreme Law. That is Prakriti. In another place, Bhagavad Gita, it is said, Maya dhakshena prakriti suate sacharacharam hetunani na kaunteya jagadvi parivartate. Krishna says, Maya dhakshena, under my control, the material nature is working. Maya dhakshena prakriti. In another place in Brahma Samhita, it is said how Prakriti is under the control of the Supreme Lord. Sisti sthiti pralaya sadhana sakti rika chahi vajasya bhuvanani vibhakti durva. Durva is the material nature. It is very powerful. Sisti sthiti, creation, maintenance and annihilation is going on under her control. Durga Devi, you have seen the picture of Durga, 10 hands with 10 kinds of weapons. So she is very powerful, but still she is under the control of Govinda. Sisti sthiti pralaya sadhana sakti reka chaye vajasya bhavanani vibhakti durva ichcharu rupamapi jasya cha chestate sa govindamadi purusantara. The whole Prakriti, the original Prakriti, is fully under the control. Control means she acts according to the direction of Govinda. Jasya agya, she is acting. So, this Prakriti is inferior Prakriti, and there is another superior Prakriti. That superior Prakriti is represented by Srimati Radharani. The Radharani and Durga, both of them are Prakritis of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but one Prakriti is meant for controlling this material world and the other Prakriti is meant for blessing the spiritual world. Two Prakritis are Krishna's Prakriti. Therefore Krishna says, Aparayam itastu vidhime prakritim para jiva bhuto mahabaho jayedam dharjati jagat. So this jiva bhuta, living entities, we are living entities, we also belong to the spiritual Prakriti. We are expansion of spiritual Prakriti. Just like Srimati Radharani is always engaged in the service of the Lord. Anaradhate, aradhate, it is Radharani. The Radharani, the name, has come from the word aradhate, aradhan. Aradhan means worship. So, everyone is meant, beginning from Radharani and her expansion, Lakshmi, in Vaikuntha. Lakshmi sahasra sata sambrama sevumanam govindamadi purusam tamaham bhajan. Here we worship Mother Lakshmi ji goddess of fortune, to receive some favor. But in the Vaikuntha world, there are many hundred thousands of Lakshmi. Lakshmi Sahasra Sata, and they are Sambhava Sevyaman. With great respect, they are engaged in serving the Supreme Lord. So, we being expansion of the spiritual Lakshmi or Radharani, our duty is to serve Radharani and through Radharani to serve Krishna. This is Krishna consciousness movement. We are missing this point, that instead of learning from Radharani how to serve Krishna, we are being controlled by the another Prakriti, material energy, Durga, with weapons in her 10 hands. This is our position. Therefore, we are missing the point, and it is said in Brahma Samhita, now in the Srimad Bhagavatam, this is also spoken by Prahlad Maharaj, Nati vidu sarthagatim hi Vishnu, durasayadi bahirathamanina, andha jathandhi rupaniyamana, stipi satantra urudami baddha. So in this material world, they do not know what is the aim of life. Nati vidu. Nati vidu sarthagatim. Everyone is very much expert to see his interest. The two businessmen, they are agreeing, but everyone is trying to see his personal interest first. This is called sarthagati. That is natural. But Prahlad Maharaj says, Nati vidu sarthagatim hi Vishnu. Unfortunately, this materialistic person, they do not know what is his real interest. The real interest is Vishnu. How to serve Vishnu. That is explained by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the beginning. Sanatana Goswami, a great minister of Nawab Hussain Shah's government, he retired from his ministerial activities and became a servant of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to preach this Krishna consciousness movement. The 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, Srirup Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath, Srijin Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunath. So, there are many descriptions about their activities in Vrindavan. Some of them are described by Srinivasa Acharya. The prime duty was, these Goswamis, they are ministers, big Jamindar. Raghunath Das Goswami was the only one son of his father and uncle, and in those days, 500 years ago, their paternal income was 12 lakhs of rupees. So, such person joined Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Rup Sanatan, Bhatta Raghunath, either they are very, very learned scholars or coming from very, very rich family, big post, all the 6 Goswamis, Sri Rup Sanatan, Bhatta Raghunath, Srijin Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunath. So, their business was, this Goswami, Krishna Kirtana Dana Nattana Paro. They were always engaged in chanting Krishna. That is the real purpose of human life, especially in this age. It is stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj by Sukdev Goswami. He described the symptoms of Kali Yuga. It is very, very faulty, but he concluded that Kalo Dosha Nidhi Rajan, He asti eko mahanaguna. In this age of Kali, it is very fallen age. Manda sumanda matayo manda bhagga jupadduta. The population in this age, they are almost all of them are manda. Manda means bad or very slow. So they do not understand what is the aim of life, or very slow to understand. That's what they are called manda. And because they do not understand their real interest of life, they can be called very bad, manda. So these are the symptoms. Manda sumanda matayo, manda bhagga jupadduta. So in this age, although it is so fallen, the Shastra says, Kalo dosu nidhi rajan, asti hi eka mahanaguna. There is one great opportunity. What is that opportunity? Kirtanadeva Krishnasya mukta sangha param bhajet. If one takes to chanting this Hare Krishna mantra, then he becomes relieved or free from the all contamination of this age, and param mukta sangha, he becomes liberated, and he goes back to home, back to Godhead, simply by chanting. That is mukti. Mukti means we are now under the influence of this material energy. Bhumi Rapana Vayu. This is apara prakriti. So, apara prakriti, we have to give up the association of the apara prakriti, and we have to take shelter of para prakriti. This is our aim of life. The subject matter was how to become successful in life. That we are trying to explain. The success is that we have to give up the control. We have to become free from the control of the apara prakriti, and we shall voluntarily submit to be favored by para prakriti. This is our business, aim of life. Then our life will be successful. If we miss this opportunity to give up the shelter of apara prakriti and do not take shelter of the para prakriti, then we are missing the opportunity. It is very subtle thing, there is no education, but the information and the enlightenment is there in our Shastra. In Bhagavad Gita everything is explained. How one can give up the control of the apara prakriti and be under the shelter of para prakriti. Daividhesha gunamai mama maya gurutvaya mahame vaja prapadante maya me tang taranti. It is not very difficult. Krishna comes to instruct this simple truth that you are being controlled by the material energy. You give up this business, you be controlled by the spiritual energy, and your life is successful. This is the matter. Mami vaja prapadante mayami tam taranti. So our Krishna consciousness movement is for this purpose. But simply we are trying to educate people how to give up the control of the material energy are under the control, not to control the material, that we cannot do. That is not possible. But not to become under the control. And that is very simple method. Mami vaja prapadante mayami tan tarantite. Just like if you become honest, if you are not criminal, then there is no police control. Police may be there. But as soon as you become criminal, you become under the control of police. Similarly, our business is, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has explained, and everywhere in the Shastra, and actually we are. So, we are eternal servant of God or Krishna. This is our real position. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said, Jiver Swarupa Nitya Krishna Das. But our disease is, instead of becoming dust, we are trying to become the master of the Prakriti. This is called materialistic way of life. So that will not make us happy at any stage of our life. This is very dangerous. We are missing the point. Prati vidu sarthagatim vishnu durasaya bahiratthamanina andha gathandhi rupuniyamana stiti satantra urami bhadya. We are forgetting that we are absolutely under the control of material nature. Pavite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasa ahankara vimuratma kattaham iti varnate. We are fully under the control of material nature and foolishly, ahankara, on account of being ruled by false egotism, we are thinking that I am independent. This is called material illusion. So, our first business is to understand what is this material world, what is the spiritual world, what is God, what is my relationship with Him, and how to execute the business of my life to become successful in this human form of life. Success of human form of life, to understand this thing, our relationship with God, and we should act in relationship with God. Then our success of life will be achieved. This is the main purpose of Krishna consciousness movement. It is a very profound subject matter to understand, but everything is explained. Our only request is that you read Bhagavad Gita as it is. Don't try to interpret. That is useless. Otherwise, why people have lost in India their own culture? Because they have interpreted wrongly. Every Shastra has been interpreted wrongly, and therefore people are misguided. They could not take advantage of the instruction of Bhagavad Gita because all through the Bhagavad Gita has been misinterpreted. So many so-called politicians, scholars, but it is maybe for the first time, not first time, it is there, but to make a broad propaganda war, that try to understand Bhagavad Gita as it is, without any interpretation. That is our mission. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. Don't try to interpret and spoil it. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Amar Agnaয় Guru Hoiya Taro Ei Desh. Ei Desh means he was born in Bengal, India, it may be Bengal or India. He was interested with every man all over the world. পৃথিবীতে আছে যত নগরাদি গ্রাম সর্বত্র প্রচার হইবে মোর নাম. So he was interested in all the parts of the world, how they can be delivered from the clutches of this material energy. So he wished, especially the Indians, to take this job, preaching the teachings of Bhagavad Gita all over the world. He wanted it. ভারত ভূমিতে মনুষ্য জন্ম হইল যা জন্ম সার্থক করি করো পরোপকার. This is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. Parupakar. It is not the business of the Indian people to exploit others. The mission is they must be very, very merciful to all outsiders born out of India. That is India's mission. Because they are in darkness, they do not know. So instead of enlightening them, giving them Jyotin Gava, Tamasi Ma, don't remain in darkness. So we are imitating them. So this is not India's good fortune. We should not imitate. That is not very good civilization. This has been described an Asuric civilization in the Bhagavad Gita. Nati bidu Sattvagatini Vishnu. They do not know. Anyway, although they do not know, they are accepting now. The Krishna consciousness movement is so potential that they are accepting. That is upaka. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted this. Karo upaka. They are in darkness, tamasi. Bring them to the light. Tamasi ma jyoti bhava. So this attempt has been done by us individually to team effort, but it is becoming successful. But if we take up seriously this movement, everyone become completely aware of this movement and take this mission, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Amar Aggai Guru Hariya Taro Ei Desh. Every one of you become a guru by the order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I shall become guru, what shall I do? I do not know anything. No, you haven't got to know anything. You simply Jare Rakho Tare Kaho Krishna Bhul. You simply repeat the instruction of Bhagavad Gita. Whomever you meet, you try to convince. Then you are good. So, our mission is this. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we are trying to execute the order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We don't say anything else except what is described in the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita says, Krishna says, Manmana bhavamad bhakta madjadi mang namaskuru. Simple thing. It is not very difficult thing. Krishna says, always think of me. Is it very difficult task? No. You chant Hare Krishna, you remember Krishna immediately. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. So always remember Krishna. This is Krishna's instruction. Manmana, always think of me, not bhakta, and naturally you become bhakta. As soon as one chanting Hare Krishna, that's like this European and American boys. They have been instructed to chant Hare Krishna mantra, nothing that I showed them any magic how to manufacture gold or how to become this or that. No. Simply I have asked them to chant Hare Krishna. And they have joined me because they have chanted Hare Krishna. Why? Chetadattana Magana. By chanting this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, the dirty things within the heart will be cleansed. Then you will understand what is my position, what to do. So, this is the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jare Dakho Tare Kaho. Krishna said that Manmana Bhavamad Bhakta. You just think of me. You just become my devotee. But Jadi, you just offer a little flower and water to me. Patram pushpam phalam tuyam. If you think that we have got money, the money is for my enjoyment, and Krishna may be offered a little water and flower. That is cheating, that is not good. According to your position, you must worship. This is wanted. Otherwise, Vitta Sak. If you have got money, and if you don't serve Krishna, and you serve Krishna with a little water and flower, Krishna can understand this kind of cheating business. No. Everyone should worship Krishna according to his position. That is what. Kurushatat madarpana, jat karosi, jat juhosi, jat asnasi, jat tapassasi, Kurushatat madarpana. To become very big businessman is not ordinary thing. It requires tapasya, very great labor, brain, not tapassasi. But the result, Krishna says, Kurushatat madarpana, is asking, give it to me. So there is no harm to become very big businessman, earning money, that is all right, but you give it to Krishna. Then in any position you can remain Krishna consciousness. And if you remain Krishna conscious, then you will understand Krishna. That is explained in the Bhagavad Gita. Maya saktamana pratha yogam junjana madasra. Asamsam samadrang man jatha gyasasi tatshiva. Krishna is explaining that everyone is trying to understand God. But by speculation you cannot understand. By service only you can understand. By attachment. You cannot serve Krishna without being attached. Therefore Krishna says in the 7th chapter, Maya sakta mana pratha jugam jujnanamadasa, taking shelter of me or my devotee. If you practice this yoga system, bhakti yoga system, increasing our attachment for me. This is one thing. Krishna consciousness means we have got attachment, so many things. But that attachment has to be transferred to Krishna. Then you become Krishna conscious. Maya sakta mana pratha jugam jujnanamadasya asamsa. Then asamsa, without any doubt. To understand God, there are 3 features. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavaniti Sabdu. So, the ordinary person, they can be able to understand Brahma a little advanced than them. They can understand Paramatma. But to understand Krishna is very difficult. Bahunam janonam manusyanam sahasreshu kaschid jagati siddhaya. Out of many millions of persons, one tries to become siddha, perfect. What is that siddha? Brahmagyan. Jagatamapi siddhyanam kaschid bhiktimam tattva. Now out of the siddhas, those who are actually self-realized, aham brahmasmi, out of many of them, maybe one is able to understand Krishna. So Krishna can be understood only by devotion. Bhaktyamam abhijanati, javana jaschami. So we have to take this process. Savanam kirtanam Krishna. So our only request is that to understand Krishna is not very difficult if we read Bhagavad Gita perfectly, seriously, then Krishna is understood. And as soon as you understand Krishna, because Krishna is explaining himself, what is the difficulty to understand Krishna? If Mr. Birla, you explain that I am like this, I have got so much money, I have got so many business, so many factories. If you explain, then where is my difficulty? But if I speculate, Mr. Birla may be so much, Mr. may be had. So that is always imperfect. But if you understand directly from Mr. Birla, then it is clear. So Krishna, God is explaining himself, I am like asamsam, samagramam, jathadeshasi, tatsum. So it is not very difficult to understand Krishna if you simply, but if we interpret foolishly and try to understand Krishna by misinterpretation, then the business is finished. Don't do that. Simply try to understand Krishna as he is explaining himself, then your life is successful. How it is successful? Janma karma cho mai dibbam ju janati tattata takta deham punarjanma naiti mami. That is it. We have to change his body. But we do not know what kind of body I am going to get. These information are there. But any kind of body you get, even in the heart planetary system as demigod, abrahma bhuvana lokan puradavartinam. That is not good. The best thing is you get a spiritual body like Krishna, Satchidananda Vigraha. Takta deham punarjanmanati. Then you haven't got to accept anymore this material body. Then what happens to me? Mameti, who come to Krishna and enjoy with him, that is success of life. Thank you very much. Any question? बोलिए माता जी, कुछ प्रश्न है तो बोलिए. There should be question. Yes, either you surrender to Krishna or clear it by question.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Coming, sound is coming. Hare Krishna. So in this lecture of Prabhupada, the heading given was how to be successful in life. That was the topic given. So Prabhupada was making a comparison of Hiranyakashipu versus Prahalad in the beginning. In the beginning he said that Hiranyakashipu was always concerned about material comforts and economic development. No, there is no question. There is no question, sir. So Hiranyakashipu was concerned about material benefits and economic development. Whereas Prahalad, the womb of Kayadu, Mother Kayadu, was hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam from Narada Muni, and he developed aspiration to become a perfect devotee of Lord Krishna in his life. That verse he quoted, Savai Pumsam Parodharmo Yato Bhakta Rakshuje Ahetu Kya Pratihata Yahatma Suprasidati. And Prabhupada said, this is actually the real success in life. So right at the outset he defined it very clearly. So there are two successes people can look for in this world. One is material success and spiritual success. Material success is short-lived and temporary, and spiritual success is everlasting, eternal, and one should aspire for that. That was the first thing he said. And then Prabhupada went on to explain about two types of prakritis. There is material prakriti and spiritual prakriti. The material prakriti, Durga Mata, has 10 hands and she is riding on a lion and extremely mighty and powerful. Nevertheless, she is controlled by Krishna ultimately, just as any woman is under the custody of a man, he said. And she also controls all the jivas in this world. So the jiva has a choice whether to be in Paraprakriti, Aparaprakriti or Paraprakriti. In Paraprakriti, Radharani, she blesses the devotees and engages them in Krishna's service. And Anaya Radhito Nunam, he quoted that. She is always worshipping Krishna, serving Krishna. In Vaikuntha also, all the Lakshmis are serving Lord Narayana. In this way, and that is Paraprakriti. So the Aparaprakriti and Paraprakriti both are actually servants of Krishna. And we have the choice. But the foolish living entities are trying to control the material energy, but actually becoming more and more controlled by her, by Durga Mata. So Asatoma Sadgamaya, he quoted that and said, therefore we should go from material prakriti to spiritual prakriti, and that is considered as the success of life. So how can we become successful in life? First definition is material success, spiritual success, he said, and then spiritual success, Prahalad. And then here two prakritis, he said, to remain in material prakriti and trying to control her, Durga, Krishna can control her, we cannot. When we cannot control, we get controlled by her and we face a defeat. So that is not success. Success means to return to our Paraprakriti and become blessed by Radharani. How specific choice of words Prabhupada uses. He says material energy controls all living entities and Radharani blesses all the devotees in spiritual world, like that he says. And so this was one point. And then third point he went on to talk was about how Indians, they should not exploit, but they should preach. That was the third point. The first, Bharata Bhumika Hoila, Manusha Janmayar, Janma Sarthaka Kurikara Paraupaka. And then he said, how are the Indians exploiting? If the Indians are trying to travel here and there, go all over the world and make money and fill up their pockets and expand their material life, then he quoted the Gate Vidu Swarthagatami Vishnu Durashaya Bhairatamarana. He said, every businessman in this world is very attentive, very careful to ensure that he gets the profit, but they should exactly know what is the ultimate profit that we should aspire for. So Indians are exploiting the world and trying to make money, and that is not actually the profit. And then what should Indians do? They should preach. And in that preaching, two very important things I saw Prabhupada emphasizing. One was about preserving the purity of the Bhagavad Gita by not speculating or interpreting or bringing one's own perverted meanings, but Bhagavad Gita as it is. That was one thing he was stressing. Otherwise it will lose the meaning. Another thing he was telling was the series of verses from Bhagavad Gita Prabhupada quoted on how it's very easy to become a guru. Just learn from Krishna from Bhagavad Gita and use Jara Deko Dare Kama Krishna Upadesh. And then asked, what is Krishna Upadesh? 5-6 verses he said. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyajimam namaskuru patram pushpam phalam toyam namme bhaktya prayachati. He quoted that. Then he also quoted Janma karma chame divyam yevam yoveti tattataha. And like this he quoted the series of 4-5 verses, standard and very famous verses Prabhupada put. And he elaborated the meaning of them and told actually Bhagavad Gita is very simple. Anybody who hears the Bhagavad Gita in parampara and repeats this knowledge, and one can enter service in a small with small money or big money, whatever you have. And Indians should actually take up this preaching of this message to Indians as well as all over the world. That was his message. So for each of the titles there are two options. For Hiranyakashipu versus Prahlad, we compared materialist versus spiritualist. Then material Prakriti versus spiritual Prakriti, we compared. We should go to spiritual Prakriti. And similarly he said, when it came to Indians who are exploiting and Indians who are preaching. So in the Indians who are preaching, Prabhupada quoted the example of Goswamis. This is Sri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath, Shijiva Gopal Bhatta Dasa Raghunath. And he said Raghunath Das Goswami's father and uncle were making 12 lakhs. In those days, 500 years ago. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu preached to rich people or highly educated people or people holding big posts in the government like Rupa Sanatana, who were finance minister and home minister. So Prabhupada wanted to tell Birlaji that don't think only poor people join this movement. People like you also join. So he was telling them, telling him that such people join. And they preach the message very powerfully. So we should follow in their footsteps and we also should preach. So Indians, when do they exploit? When they become materialist, like Hiranyakashipu, or they are controlled by material Prakriti, then they are exploited. Then who are the Indians who are preaching? Even the well-to-do boys, Sri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath, Shijiva Gopal Bhatta Dasa Raghunath, they all come from well-to-do families, highly rich, highly educated, or holding big posts in government. But they are going to Vrindavan and sacrificing their life and preaching the message, very nicely. So on the positive side, we quoted all these Goswami examples to show that Indians should preach and not exploit. On the positive side, he quoted Radharani's example, how she is serving Krishna along with all her associates, and Lakshmis, thousands of Lakshmis are serving. And that is actually, so the Jiva is ultimately a servant, but he is trying to become master. And therefore we are suffering. So how to be successful in life? To accept that we are actually servants of Krishna and render service to him, understanding these things. So in this way, very beautifully Prabhupada presented the subject matter of how to be successful in life. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की श्रील प्रभुपाद की और वक्ता वृंद की